Sitting here at my desk at 3 in the morning, I still cannot sleep. My mind keeps replaying the story of Yolanda, the woman I sponsored for immigration for 5 long years. It all started when I met her through a mutual friend. She was charming, kind, and seemed genuinely grateful for my help. As time passed, I began to notice some red flags, but I brushed them off, thinking I was being paranoid. She had different personalities around different people, warm and bubbly with my family, but reserved and quiet with my friends. I wrote it off as her being shy, but now I realize it was something more. She was always protective of her phone, quickly changing the screen or turning it off when I walked into the room. I thought she was just private, but now I wonder what she was hiding. One thing that really stood out was how angry she got when I surprised her with a small gift. She seemed taken aback, almost offended. I chalked it up to her being surprised, but now I think it was something more. My family loved her, thought she was perfect, and I did too, until recently. It was not until her best friend, Rachel, got drunk at a party and spilled the truth that my world was turned upside down. We were all hanging out, having a few drinks, when Rachel starts telling stories about Yolanda's past. She mentioned something about Yolanda faking her own death. I did not think much of it at first, but then she dropped a bombshell. Apparently, Yolanda had lied about her education, her whole backstory. She was not who she claimed to be. I felt like I would have been punched in the gut. All those years, I thought I was helping someone in need, but it was all a lie. I remember talking to our neighbor, Mrs. Johnson, who would often see Yolanda arguing with someone in the backyard. She mentioned that Yolanda would get these intense phone calls and she'd have to calm herself down afterwards. At the time, I thought it was just stress from her immigration case, but now I realize it was something more. "You're really taken in by her, aren't you?" Mrs. Johnson said one day. I brushed it off, thinking she was just being nosy. But now, I wish I would listen. Rachel told me that Yolanda had a history of manipulation, of playing the victim to get what she wanted. It all made sense now. The different personalities, the protectiveness around her phone, the anger when I surprised her. I felt like I had been living in a dream, and suddenly the truth was staring me in the face. As I sit here, trying to process everything, I realize I have a choice to make. Do I confront Yolanda, or do I let it go? But then I think about my family, who think she is perfect, and I wonder, how much more will she manipulate before it is too late? "You know, she has got a way of making you believe what she wants you to," Rachel said, her voice low and serious. I did not know what to say, so I just sat there, trying to wrap my head around it all. The more I think about it, the more I realize I was blind. Blind to the signs, blind to the manipulation. But now that I see the truth, I do not know what to do next. Can I really trust my own judgment again? I am left with so many questions, and one haunts me the most. What else is she hiding?